what is Operation Rising Lion has to do with Iran? Well, here it is. Elder Lawya, let's get Psalms 83, then let's go back to the Most High saying, for all Gentile nations to sip that cup. Huh? And guess what? What I'm saying isn't boasting. Let me make it clear. It's what it is. Right? Let's go to Psalms 83 real quick.
Yes, sir.
Right? So all the nations, brothers and sisters, are in an confederacy. A secret alliance against the lost tribes of Israel. Inside baseball, where all the nations understand what's going on, but yet refuse to tell us. Right? So here's the conspiracy. All right, let's go to Psalms 83.
Yes, sir. Psalms 83, verse 1.
Psalms 83, verse 1. Let's read it.
Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
When it says the enemies, brothers and sisters, make a tumult, it's talking about the pagan Gentile nations. The pagan Gentile nations has made a tumult. There's an uprising amongst them. And it says, they that hate thee, that hate our God, and by default hates us. And folks, that hatred has nothing to do with the color of our skin. You have East Indians who are pagans, who are darker than us, who would come over here and look down on us. So it's got to be something deeper than the hue of our skin. It has everything to do with the God we serve. They know that the God we serve rivals the gods they serve. This is why the Gentiles hates the Bible. So get off this thing where I'm being hated on by other people because of the color of my skin. Esau is playing on that. Oh, so they think that other dark-skinned people are not their enemy. So Esau will just step back and hire them to exact the hatred and the racism against us. See how it works? Since we're on this skin tip, Esau's like, hold up. I received the whole Aryan manifesto of racism and power from the Mesopotamian area, and these were all black people. So since they're stomping down at white supremacy and white people, I'll just go over there and hire a bunch of East Indians and all of that, and they'll come over here and step on their necks under the black and brown coalition. We have to get out of this thing believing that they hate us because of just color. They hate us knowing the God we serve rivals the gods they serve. Okay? Get out of this black and brown stuff. Esau's the cunning hunter. He'd be like, oh, it has to be somebody black that they will allow to destroy them. So they have to be black to be trusted. That's how Esau thinks. Okay, let's go back to the ancient times, to the alliances, and find all the black people that hated their guts in the ancient times and hire their children to crush them. Hire the pagan black children of the ancients, and we'll make them doctors. We'll make them pharmacists. We'll give them a place on CNN. Okay? We'll just prop them up before black people since black people are so simple to trust strictly off of color. Esau is cunning. Lo, thine enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Read.
3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They're slick. Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
We are the hidden ones, the truth of our history and all that have been hidden by those who are a part of the conspiracy. Read.
They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Let us cut them off from being a race of people. Okay? The lost tribes cannot know their true origin and or purpose according to Bible prophecy. Okay? So instead of a people, we're going to turn their nationality into a religion that anybody can join. So let's cut them off from being a race, a nation who was called by God through the seed of Abraham. Cut that off. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
So that when their children are enslaved, their children will remember nothing. We'll hide their history, we'll distort their history, and we'll teach them how to assimilate into the pagan culture. They did a mind job on us and our forefathers. They could have told us a long time ago, you're the children of Israel. But it's a part of the Confederacy. And this is where all the Gentiles come in. Because all of the nations in ancient times agreed to do this if the Israelites would fall from grace concerning that covenant with their God. They said, if these people fall, we're not telling them nothing. Let's make a pact. Let's make a secret agreement. You want to know the secret manifesto of the Illuminati? You're reading it right now. Let's keep these people on the bottom. Don't tell them nothing. Read.
5. For they have consulted together with one consent.
Read.
They are confederate against thee.
And the Most High, through David, was telling us, this is a confederacy, an organized plan amongst the elite governments. This is a pact amongst all of them. Read.
6. The tabernacles of Edom.
And the first one David names, brothers and sisters, is Esau. But yet no one knows who Esau is. You tell them, well, Esau isn't the Europeans. They'll be like, well, hold up. They must be the Europeans because that's what we learned. They're in Europe. They must be Japheth. The white man must be Japheth. Helping Esau hide himself when he's the main conspirator. He's at the head of it all. David named him first. Read.
The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites.
The Arabs.
Of Moab and the Hagarenes.
Speaking of those, the Palestinians and those in the Middle East. Read.
Gebal and Ammon and Amalek.
And Amalek, who are the Khazars today. Read.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them.
And you're talking about those in the Assyrian parts? In the same area of Iran where you see Assur connected to all that landmass there? Read.
Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
The children of Lot are the Palestinians and the Jordanians, which are going down in fire quite soon when the war break out. Read.
12. Who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
So they all agreed back then not to tell the children of Israel's children that we are the children of the promise. This was their oath. And by doing so, they all could what? Enslave our children. See that? Because you would teach the children that they were inherently what? At the bottom of all races. That we were born to serve them. And now a bunch of those rat races, satanic races living in a hut over in India and all that, can come on a plane and automatically be put over a caste system over the children of Judah. Because why? They programmed us to believe that our people, God's people, are predisposed to the bottom. We are predisposed to be the ones on the bottom. We've been programmed to believe that. So to see any other race of people outside of us, we deem them greater, which means the conspiracy has taken. They all did this together. You can get a guy, let me tell you, flat broke, cleaning up dung near the pyramid in the Middle East, get on a plane here in the United States, wasn't making no money, and immediately in a caste system of the United States, he's above us as a minority when it comes to benefits, finances, grants, everything he can get just by getting on a plane. And none of us understood it. It's that agreement. Keep these people on the bottom. That was the agreement your forefathers made. And if you want to stay in rulership, if you want to continue your empire, you better help us keep them on the bottom. We must continue the lie. But guess what? Operation Rising Lion. See? The lion has awakened. See? And that was a secret code. That was what? Code talk to all those out there, the elite, who understand who Judah's children are in the earth. They understand it. They're rising. We need to get this conspiracy together. We can call it immigration, whatever you want. We'll put every dime we have behind it. We must now all gather together to keep Judah from rising. And Iran is saying, I don't want to go into this war right now. And the Most High is saying, what? Most High is telling Iran, you coming into this war. Huh? You're going to drink this cup. Let's go to Jeremiah 25.
Yes, sir. Jeremiah 25 and 15.
Okay, let me grab it. Jeremiah 25, verse 15. Let's read it.
Yes, sir. Jeremiah 25, 15. For thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of the fury of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it.
For thus saith the Lord God of Israel, take the wine of this cup at my hand, and cause all the nations of the people, all the races of the people, including the superpowers throughout the earth, to whom I send thee to drink it. Read.
And they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them.
Read.
Then took I the cup at the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink it, unto whom the Lord had sent me, to wit, Jerusalem, and the cities of Judah, and the kings thereof, and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation, an astonishment, and hissing, and a curse, as it is this day.
As it is this day, Judah have become a curse. Because you know what? We had to drink it also. See? The Most High had an agreement with us. If you break the covenant, I'm going to deal with my people first. Therefore, the other nations doesn't have excuses going forward. You can't claim there was some preferential treatment here. He took down Judah, us, first. And we're his people. What do you think he's going to do to you? See? So when he says all nations drink this cup, I'm judging the whole world, starting with my people. See? So now the other nations, guess what? Iran, Edomites that are over there shooting at Iran right now, guess what? They all drunk of the cup. They all agreed in the power our God gave them. Let me say it again. They were all in agreement with the glory, power, and reverence they received on the earth by our God. See? That was the agreement. You was all happy when he made you head man in charge. But then when you begin to break the agreement of being in charge, that's when our God had a problem with you. See? So now you drunk the cup. You got all the glory. You had a power for some time. But now, guess what, folks? It's time to pay the piper. And that's what we're seeing right now in the earth. The other nations received the glory, but they broke the agreement. So now the Most High is saying, well, okay, look at Judah. Look at Israel. And this is what happens when my people break the agreement. What do you think I'm going to do to you? See? So we all had to drink this cup. Read it.
19. Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his servants, and his princes, and all his people, and all the mingled people, and all the kings of the land of Uz, and all the kings of the land of the Philistines, and Ashkelon, and Uzzah, and Ekron, and the remnant of Ashdod.
Ashdod is what? Ashdod is the city of Edom. So who would be dwelling in Ashdod? Huh? We're going to get that in a second. Let's get that out of Zechariah. Who, Zechariah 9 verse 6, who would be living in Ashdod in the ancient days, or in the modern day? Who shall dwell in Ashdod? Right now they're fighting at Gaza, right? Here's the modern day prophecy. I'm not saying this. God is saying this. Zechariah 9 and 5. Read it.
Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it.
Gaza shall also see it.
And be very sorrowful.
And that's why they're being bombed and all that right now. It's prophecy. Because what? The people of the Palestinians were also a part of that agreement against us. Read.
And Ekron, for her expectation, shall be ashamed, and the king shall perish from Gaza, and Ashkelon shall not be inhabited.
And that's what we're seeing now. A genocide. Now we're seeing what America's doing, what the state of Israel is doing, but we're not seeing God's hand in it all, prophetically. I'm showing you. See? And who?
And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
I didn't say this, so don't call me an anti-word. That means a fatherless child would inhabit and be controlling the land of Israel in the last days. Huh? A who?
A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
But what will happen?
And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So a fatherless child a rogue child would be ruling in Ashdod in the last days. In the last days, a fatherless child will be ruling from the land. Let's go back to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 25 and 21.
Jeremiah 25, 21. Right? Let's read it.
Edom and Moab and the children of Ammon.
There you go. Read it again.
Edom and Moab and the children of Ammon.
Edom, Moab, and the children of Ammon. That's crystal clear. They have drunken this cup. And the Most High says, you know what? I'm coming after all of you. I'm going to have you in this confederacy war against each other while at the same time I'll be raising the Lion of Judah. See? Operation Rising Lion. See? They're confederate against each other. Now they fighting one another. That's our God stirring it up. See? And they're doing all this to consolidate and keep power. The power was given them through the fall of Judah. That's how they received the power. After we lost Judea, the whole nations got rich. They set up their whole economy off of the fall, oppression, and slavery of God's people. The whole world economy has been founded on that. But no one could put the pieces, quote unquote, religiously on a spiritual level together. See? So they conspired to keep the truth from us to stay in power and to suck us dry, use all of our resources, knowing that the Most High gift children of Israel different than any other people. By default, we make every other nation rich. Just the way we think. The talent the Most High bestowed upon us, and they know it. So instead of us benefiting from our God-given talent, they squeeze everything, all the gift the Most High have given them for generational wealth to their children, squeeze all of our talent, and then discard us. Because they don't have what we have. And none of you never realize why. Why are we the center of attention? Why do everyone always up against us? Because they need what we have, folks. We are God's source on earth. And they know it. Without us, there is no power. (22)
And all the kings of Tyrus, and all the kings of Zidon, and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, Dedan and Tema and Buz, and all that are in the utmost corners, and all the kings of Arabia, and all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert.
Talking about the Bedouins. Go ahead.
And all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, and all the kings of the Medes.
And all the kings of the Medes. They all drunk this cup. So the Most High is saying, listen, if you all drunk the cup, which means you all got rich off the slavery of our people, and you made the agreement to take on the power I've given you, then guess what? You made an agreement against our people, and now your children must do what? Your children must bear the prophecy, the judgment on them, like we bear the judgment concerning the ills and evils of our forefathers. We did none of what they did, but yet we suffer. we had to go down, even though our forefathers broke the law. I need y'all to think about that. Some people might ask, well, hold up, is that fair? Is that fair that now the children have to suffer based on what the parents did? Yes, it's fair. My family had to go in the belly of ships and serve other nations. These were people that had nothing to do with what happened in Jerusalem before Jerusalem fell. But the prophecies follow us. And it doesn't matter where in the earth. The prophecies concerning the sin of our forefathers till this present day follow us. So, and because we had to drink that cup too. We were sitting on a throne as the Lion of Judah, the kings of Judah. We drunk that cup and like, yeah, look at all the power. We're the kings. And then did what? Defied the God who made us so. And now the children had to suffer. Well, guess what? It's the same for any other races of people who were born in the earth. And it doesn't matter if you're mixed in all that and think you can hide your genealogy by mixing and interracial marriage and all that. And that's why the Bible is also saying, even the mingled people. Okay? You can mingle along all you want, but God knows who you are according to your fathers. You're not going to hide yourself under another race of people by intermingling through biracial marriages. Okay? He still knows who you are. Right? Let's go.
Yes, sir. Verse number 26.
26.
And all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world which are upon the face of the earth, and the kings of Shashak shall drink after them. Therefore shalt thou say, verse 27, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall, and rise no more.
And rise no more. So they're fighting, brothers and sisters, to keep the power that was given them through our fall. And the Most High is saying, listen, what you're drinking comes with a price. You'll get rulership, but there will come a time where you will rise no more. Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. And no one ever equated that with what? The rise of Judah, the rise of the lion. It was the lion who made Babylon great. Read, because of what?
Because of the sword which I will send among you.
Read, and it's talking of what? The missiles, the weaponry. Read.
And it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thine hands to drink it, then shalt thou say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink.
You shall certainly drink. See? So Iran don't want to get up into this thing like he know he's going to have to eventually. And the Most High like, no, we're going to push you to the edge. You coming into this war. Iranians are saying, listen, sanction me. Do whatever you want to do to me. We got enough to live amongst ourselves. They know when they come to in this war, Iran will never be the same. It's fallen. And they must allow Esau to use the military might that's left in Iran in an alliance, a Confederate army, a world army that was prophesied to come against the children of Israel at the very end, like the Romans did in 70 AD, but on a global scale. All of the children's, all of the nation's children must come into the valley of Jehoshaphat with their children for the final war. And Esau is nudging them, pushing them. And Iran, the Medes, the Persians are saying, I don't want to drink this cup. I wasn't as bad as these other nations against God's people. But the Most High says, you got to drink anyway. Because you was in that Confederate. You all agreed not to tell us who we were. You all agreed to re-educate our children to benefit off of the slavery of the children of Israel. So now Iran must drink the cup. Huh? Iran is being forced into this prophecy right here. For lo, read.
29. For lo, I begin to bring evil on the city which is called by my name.
He says, I begin to bring evil on the city that's called by my name. I'm allowing Esau, the pagan brother of Jacob, the modern day European or Romans. I allowed them to utterly destroy my people. Read.
And should ye be utterly unpunished?
So you think I'm going to forget you? You nations? So it's okay if only the children of Israel suffer in the earth for the things we've done wrong. Is that what you're saying? Our God, the God of the Hebrews, Ahaya is his name, is a just God. He's saying, listen, you don't got no problem with the curses that have been placed on the children of Israel. And you think I'm gonna let you go? Right? Read.
Ye shall not be unpunished, for I will call a sword upon all the inhabitants of the earth, saith the Lord of hosts.
And that's what we're witnessing right now in the Middle East. Okay? That's what we're witnessing right now. They're scrambling. At the same time, the time is ticking down quicker on Esau's empire. So he don't have no time to wait for these political diplomats to come into the war against us. He don't got no time to wait for that. His time is up. He's like, listen, I might as well fight you. See? It's Rome, according to the Bible, that's going to seek to fight against Christ upon his return. Now, if these guys are crazy enough to fight against God, you think they care about Iranians or anyone else? Esau is going to push this thing to the limit. He's going to push this thing to the limit. For those who missed it. And then we're going into the lion now. Who is Christ?
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion.
Here we go.
Moments ago, Israel...
Benjamin Wisnowski. Benjamin Wisnowski. That's his name, actually, before they switched it up.
Israel launched Operation Rising...
Hold up, let me get it from the beginning.
Lion. A targeted Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly
Now, I know y'all confused to a degree, thinking, well, okay. They launched on Iran to stop them from making a weapon. That's what you think. Well, folks, these people in Ashdod are very calculating. They know what's going to happen if they keep striking Iran. They know that there will be what? Retaliation. And they know Iran already has the bomb. So you cannot go off of the narrative you're hearing here. because they've already made refuge for themselves in Kittim, like it's written of in the book of Isaiah. Let me tell you, folks, I was there. I lived in Kittim. I was in Kittim, Cyprus. And there's areas of Cyprus that was totally empty that you can buy. You can buy a rent, they were selling whole apartment buildings for cheap. It was like a desert where no one was living in all these areas. And I looked at it and I told Lawya and all of them, this is where they're coming. Now I understand living in Kittim, folks, how they prepared certain parts of Cyprus to run for refuge, the kings of Israel, that's in Israel, the diplomats. They made Cyprus their refuge. So when I seen all these empty buildings and all that happening, I'm like, this is where they're going to come. Like it's written of in the book of Isaiah. So they know Iran is going to strike all that area in the Middle East. But they'll already be in Europe, in Poland, Ukraine, and Cyprus before Iran launches on them. And at that time, there will be a 6 million person sacrifice. That was more so a prophetic number, 6 million. Holocaust means burnt sacrifice. And when that burnt sacrifice is going to happen? That was a future prophecy. That's going to happen when Iran launch on all of that area. So they know it's going to happen. Folks, don't you think they read the same Torah in Tanakh, which is the Old Testament that I'm reading right now? You think they don't know what God is going to do? But there's no way around it. But they know exactly what I'm teaching is correct. They've read it. The 6 million people, the Holocaust or the burning is going to happen when Iran launch in that area. All the people in Jordan are going to be toast. The people in Gaza is going to be toast. And all of that area is going to be the sacrifice, where now all the smoke goes up to Moloch. Consolidating all that power and carnage that leads right back to Rome gaining power over the whole earth after the strike. Okay? And see, this is why Iran is trying, he don't want to drink the cup. Because there's no going back after this. All having kings over nations and having equal diplomacy and to have an opinion on world affairs, all of that is done once this happens. Europe, the 10 horns will rule, and their spiritual power, Satan's seat, will be fully established in the earth from the Vatican. Don't look at what's going to be set up in Israel. That's going to be toast. And what's going to happen? All of the blame is going to be on America. And Iran will then come against America. They're going to blame America, which will give all power back to the 10 horns written of in Revelation 17. No one can, folks, it ain't quantified like this anywhere you've ever heard the Bible taught. Real time what's going on over there. And how do we know? How long we told you, according to Esdras 15 and 16, that the missiles are going to come back here to America, to the doors of Babylon. And now, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is going to tell you. He's going to tell you what we've been teaching for years. That once that war comes to a peak there, then it's going to come to Babylon to make her afraid. That's in Esdras. We've been teaching that for how long? Listen to Benjamin Wachowski drop it for you.
openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9. In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before, steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. I want to assure the civilized world, we will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion. They've backed up their genocidal.
He says eventually to where? America. Once more.
These missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. I want to assure the civilized world, we will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America.
And eventually to where? And eventually to America. Now, I don't know if this guy had been in our classes or the Hebrew Bible Academy, or he's just rolling with the prophecy. Right? But I'm sure he wasn't. But he's falling right in because everything he's saying is out of the Bible. So he's not following the script, folks. What he's doing, he really think politically what he's doing here, himself, I'm going to tell you what's going on another level. To them, they're doing this to bring forth whom they think is the Messiah. Right? So there's dual prophecies going on here. But they know that what they're doing will lead to missiles being launched from Iran on Europe as well as America. Now, Elder Lawya, chapter and verse. Let me get that real quick to show you that what he's saying is what we taught years ago, which is living it now. Right?
Yes, sir. 2nd Esdras 15 and 27.
2nd Esdras, thank you, Elder Lawya. Let's go, and then we're going to go back. Second Esdras 16, 15, and 27. Let's read it.
For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them.
You shall remain in them. Come on.
For God shall not deliver you because ye have sinned against him. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east.
From the where?
From the east.
From the east.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth.
Folks, these are flying machines the prophets are seeing. There was no airplanes back then. Read.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Come on.
Also the Carmanians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood, and with great power shall they come, and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
They shall waste a portion of the land of the what?
Assyrians.
Of the Assyrians. So what are we seeing? That's right, folks. From the Gulf War, when the Bushes and others started coming in, taking over and destroying these areas. Right? Iraq and others. Read.
31. And then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
They're going to remember their nature, being what? Being a wild man. Read.
And if they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them, then shall these be troubled and keep silence through their power, and shall flee.
Read. And that you seen the leaders running from one area to the next, and they were being destroyed, right? Hiding like Gaddafi and others that were hiding, fleeing. As the empire of Rome through America started coming in and taking them, and their kings were fleeing to other areas hiding, the prophet seen this years ago, thousands of years ago. Read.
33. And from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them, and consume some of them, and in their host shall be fear and dread and strife among their kings.
And dissension amongst the leaders of the Middle East. See? All those that were conspired together against us now, they're all going against one another now. Read.
Behold, clouds from the east and from the north unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm.
Now we know the clouds are coming from what? Missiles hitting, like we're seeing today. Read.
35. They shall smite one upon another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth.
A great multitude of stars upon the earth. Heat-seeking missiles that can shoot down what? Enemy missiles. Folks, it's as if Ezra was actually narrating what we've seen in the last couple of days. This morning when I pulled up the video, what did they say? American weaponry or defense is helping Israel shoot down Iranian missiles that are aimed towards Israel right now. It's like a star shooting down another star. As if the prophets are live narrating what we're witnessing on mainstream TV today. Read.
They shall smite upon one another, and they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star, and blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
It's talking about much carnage and death. Read.
And dung of men unto the camel's hoof.
Come on.
And there shall be great fearfulness and trembling upon earth, and they that see the wrath shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them. And then shall there come great storms from the south and from the north, and another part from the west. A strong wind shall arise from the east, and shall open it. And the clouds which he raised up in wrath, and the stars stirred to cause fear toward the east and west wind, shall be destroyed.
And it's talking about what? Them deploying missiles and the nuclear bomb eventually. Read.
40. And great and mighty clouds shall be lifted up full of wrath, and the star, and they shall make all the earth afraid, and them that dwell therein, and they shall pour out on every high and eminent place and horrible star.
A horrible star is them seeing something that looks like a star aimed towards hitting all the major cities of the world. What did Netanyahu just say? Eventually, the missiles can reach Europe and then come to America and get to America. Read.
41. Fire and hail and flying swords and many waters.
That means because when they hit, tsunamis will ensue. See? Read.
That all fields may be full, and all rivers with the abundance of great waters.
Read.
And they shall break down the cities and walls, mountains and hills, trees of the wood, and grass of the meadows, and their corn.
Come on.
And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon to make her afraid.
And they will go where now?
And they shall go steadfastly unto Babylon to make her afraid.
And then eventually it comes to Babylon. Folks, the prophets seen our current times. They seen it. And we, the Gather of Christ Church, is reporting it live here. Real time as it's happening. And the reason for it, Netanyahu stated that this is Operation Rising Lion. They must pull everyone into the Confederacy to come against Israel at once. The rising lion isn't just Judah. It's the coming of our Lord and Savior. It's code for we must prepare against the lion. Judah, the king, is coming back for his people. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.